Good morning, fight fans. This is the Casey Leiden, and we have Esther Lynn. Hello, Esther.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, everybody stand by. We got a 3-minute warning before we begin.
Oh, exciting.
Thank you.
The announcer there just told us we have a 3-minute warning. I am at my desk here right before 6 a.m. And we are just, there we go. We got our weigh-in feed here from Abu Dhabi from our reporter, Guilherme Cruz. I hope everyone's doing well this morning.
Well, it's only morning in some places of the world, Esther. This is
Right.
worldwide.
Correct. This is it
Good
is
evening, good afternoon,
evening.
and good night,
Yes.
wherever you may be viewing this.
Especially if you are in the local Gulf Standard Time, then it would be evening. So good evening. We are just waiting 2 more minutes for the weigh-ins to start. And
Is this gonna be the most fighters we've ever had at an official weigh-in? 15 fights?
well, at a UFC, yes.
Well, we're not covered Gladiator Challenge ones, but UFC.
Well, Bellator had more for one of their fights too, so
Well,
that's what I meant. But yes, it is the most fights on a UFC card we've had in quite some time. 15 fights is a lot. I had to really shrink that font for the graphics. And it's going to be a little bit harder to read today because it was very difficult to fit in all 15 bouts onto the screen.
wow. So we're already talking fonts and like kerning already this early.
Well, speaking of kerning, I did make the kerning just a little bit spaced out for each word. Since I had to make all of the letters smaller, I figured if they were spaced out a little more, it'd be easier to read.
Hold on, Esther. Can't see the timer. Now that's the unofficial shot clock for the 2-hour shot clock that these 30 fighters have to weigh in.
And so we're just
But
waiting
here at home,
for
if you want to start counting down out loud,
Fight night, Whittaker versus
here we
Till
go.
official weigh-ins. Our first fighter to the scale and the number 1 middleweight contender in the world. Please welcome Robert Whittaker.
All right, we got Robert Whittaker first. Bobby Knuckles.
I'm gonna have to stand.
$186 for Robert Whittaker.
186 for Robert Whittaker.
Next up to the scale in the bantamweight division, Nathaniel Wood.
All right, we've got Nathaniel Wood next. Let's see.
136 for the prospect, Nathaniel Wood.
All right, 136 for Nathaniel Wood.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, so we've had half of our main event and half of our curtain jerker of the night weigh in.
Our next fighter to the scale in the light heavyweight division. In the light heavyweight division, please welcome Paul Craig.
All right, Paul Craig. Just jumping all over the card here.
£206 for Paul Craig.
206 pounds for Paul Craig.
Our next fighter to the scale and the other half of your main event of the evening, the number 6 middleweight in the world, Darren Till.
All right, Darren Till's already here, so that's a good sign. And get our main event settled pretty quickly here.
186 pounds for Darren Till.
And Darren Till also makes 186 pounds. So now, in your main event, Robert Whittaker and Darren Till have both made 186 pounds. Both have made the middleweight limit for their main event tomorrow night.
Darren Till weighing in with the mask. Is that a statement he's trying to make, Esther?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Next up to the scale in the welterweight division, Hamzat Shamim.
All right, we've got Hamzat Chimaev already back.
$171 for Hamzat Shamim.
So, at this rate, he is scheduled, well, he's on pace to fight 6,000 times this year. Is that correct? Did I do the math correct?
No. It's about 60.
Women's
But
bantamweight
if
division,
he keeps
Honey
going down in weight
Piazza.
classes every single time, then he'll be an atom weight by the end of summer.
Very exciting.
And if you notice, he changed weight classes.
The panty up.
136 for Hani Kianza.
All right. 36 for the Swede. Fellow Swede with Hamzat Chimaev and Penny Kianza.
Next up to the scale in the heavyweight division, Alexander Gustafsson.
The heavyweight Alexander Gustafsson.
Heavyweight Alexander Gustafsson. Looks like all the Swedish are weighing in together here.
That's so cute.
£240 for Alexander Lamar Gustafsson.
Wow, 240 pounds.
Is he gonna? He might come in heavier than Verdun.
Nah, Verdum is about, I'd say, quarantine Verdum is probably around 42. So we'll see.
We're gonna find out,
Our next
Esther.
fighter
Don't
to
ruin the
the scale
excitement.
in the featherweight division, Mike Grundy.
Sorry. I won't ruin the excitement.
146 pounds officially for Mike Rudney.
All right, 146.
Thank you, sir. Next up to the scale in the welterweight division, Nicholas Dalby.
Wow, we're just speeding along here, and watch Esther's curse this. But we've got Nicholas B up next. We have a comment from Jackson Rounds for Alexander Gustafsson, more like Alexander Gustafsson.
171 pounds officially for Nicholas Dalby.
All right, Nicholas Dalby mixed weight. Wow.
I'm not sure if that comment was worthy enough to
Also in the
interrupt
welterweight division, we
Dalby's
continue
weigh-in,
on
but
with
I'll allow
Nicholas
it.
Stoltza.
Sorry. The comments. So as you might know, Casey, the actual stream is going to be like, a couple seconds behind. So the comments are a couple seconds behind what we're seeing. So I'm looking at things kind of like echo or repeat visually and orally. Yeah. So, but yes, Alexander Gustafsson came in at 240 pounds, which is, poor guy is getting lots of comments.
170.5 for Nicholas Stoltza.
5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, and 1.
Okay.
Well, Esther, I'm sure these professional fighters are very concerned that commenters on YouTube are critiquing their physique.
Yep.
I want to make sure to message.
Our next fighter to the scale in the heavyweight division, Tom
Yeah.
Aspinall.
All right, we are now 10 minutes into these weigh-ins.
All right, Tom Aspinall.
£258 for Tom Aspinall.
5 and 1. Wait. 248. Correction, 248.
248. The correct weight is 248 pounds. That would be the official weight there for Tom Aspinall. Thank you.
Right, 248 pounds for Tom Aspinall. Update that.
Next up to the scales, again in the welterweight division, Jesse Ronson.
And if it's Jesse Ronson weighing in.
£171, the official weight for Jesse Ronson.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Make ready.
Wonderful. So that is two complete bouts we have now. So we've got the main event, Robert Whittaker and Darren Till, both made 186 pounds. And in the middle of the card, we've got Nicholas Dalby and Jesse Ronson, both making the welterweight limit.
Our next fighter to the scale in the women's strawweight division, Marina Rodriguez.
I'm excited for this strawweight bout here. Marina Rodriguez weighing in.
And 15.5 pounds for Marina Rodriguez. Next up in the welterweight division, please welcome Russ Mckee.
And we have Russ Mckee.
It looks like we've got a bunch of people on the blue side of the card weighing in right now.
170.5, 170.5 for Russ Mckee.
170.5.
So we have one more completed matchup.
Yes. Between Khamzat Chimaev, who fought days ago, and Russ Mckee.
Our next fighter to the scale and one half of your co-main event of the evening in the light heavyweight division. Please welcome Shogun Hua.
All right, we've got Shogun next.
Shogun Hua is one half of the trilogy bout that will be going down this Saturday.
£206 for Shogun Hua.
All right, 206 pounds. Shogun. Let's update that.
Next up in the heavyweight division, please welcome Jake Collier.
Okay, we've got Jake Collier, who is fighting Palm Aspinall.
He is coming off a victory off Marcel.
264 pounds, the official weight for Jake Collier.
And under the limit for a heavyweight.
Weighing in with a shirt.
At 264 pounds.
All right, everybody stand by. We're going to take just a bit of a break. Oh, I'm sorry. We've got one fighter on stage. Hold on, please. Our next fighter to the scale in the welterweight division, Alex Oliveira.
Alex Oliveira is coming off a split decision victory over Max Griffin at UFC 248, otherwise known as the last card with fans.
171 pounds. 171 pounds, the official weight for Alex Oliveira. Our next fighter to the scale in the heavyweight division, Rafael Pessoa. $264 pounds, the official weight for Rafael Pessoa.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was Rafael Pessoa weighing at, was it 264? What was it?
Next up in the bantamweight division, John Castaneda. John Castaneda.
Not here in US, sir.
£136, the official weight for John Castaneda.
3, 2, 1.
So we've got
Co-main
the weight
event of the evening,
updated,
205-pound light heavyweight division, Antonio Rogerio Nogueira.
and now we've got Rogerio Nogueira.
Oh no. There we go.
206 pounds, the official weight for Antonio Rogerio Nogueira.
Right now we've got your main and co-main set. Both Shogun and Rogerio Nogueira for their trilogy bout came in at 206 pounds. As far as the main card goes, we're waiting on Fabricio Verdum, Carla Esparza, Antigulov, and Peter Sabota. We've got a bit over 90 minutes to go on this 15 fight card. We've got 20 out of 30 fighters weighing in, so we've got 10 more coming to the scales at some point.
Stand by.
All right, we will stand by. Thank you. Casey, is there a fight that's not in the top
10.
3 that you are excited about?
I mean, of course. I think Carlos Esparza versus Marina Rodriguez.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, this is. Yeah, we're gonna see how good Marina is.
Do you think Tanner Bozer ever found his shorts?
I don't know. We'll have to ask our man on the ground.
All right. For those of people who are not familiar with the story, Tanner Bozer tweeted earlier this week that the laundry at the hotel misplaced his shorts and gave them to another customer at the hotel. So for his training shorts, but they are an old pair of shorts from another fight, so they say his name on the side. So there is some other guest at the Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, walking around in Tanner Bozer's old shorts.
Our next fighter to the scale in the light heavyweight division, Gajimarad Antigolov.
All right, we've got Antigolov. I'm not gonna try saying his first name. I gotta preserve my correct pronunciation rate here.
What doesn't really count if you just stop talking?
Yeah, but Gajimarad? Is that how you would say it? Gajimarad? I don't know. I'm asking you. You don't know.
Official weight 206 pounds for Gajimarad Antigolov.
Gajimarad Antigolov at 206 pounds.
And we apologize. Our feed coming from Abu Dhabi isn't the best, but
yeah, we'll take what we can get right now at this point. Unfortunately,
Max Holloway right now and just say it is what it is.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Hey.
What?
Stop adding on to it. It is what it is. That's how, and we stop there. Jeez.
Oh, you don't like me getting the last word?
You don't like me getting the last word?
171 pounds, the official weight for Ronson Amid.
All right. 171 pounds. So the beginning of the card is set now as well.
Our next fighter to this.
The audio went out, Casey.
And video.
Oh.
Don't do the audio special. Oh, here we go. Who is this, actually? Is Carla? I can't.
No, I can't.
160.
Oh, yeah. What? It's so blocky. What? Who was... That was Carla, right? 116. So Carla Esparza comes in at 116 pounds. So that finishes out that bout is now official. Esparza versus Rodriguez. So for the main card, we're still waiting on Fabricio Verdum and Peter Sabota. On the undercard, we're waiting on Francisco Ronaldo and Jai Herbert. Neither of them have weighed in. And Movsar Evloev, who is fighting Mike Grundy. Oh, never mind. Peter Sabota.
think when the card is this long, there's no real undercard and main card. It's just the first fight and when it's over.
How long do you think the fights will be?
Official weight 171 pounds for Peter Sabota.
What's everyone's plans for hanging in the whole night? Anyone got any special parties or snacks planned? I guess you can't really have parties, but...
Yeah. Why are you bringing that up, Esther?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Next up in the featherweight division, Mosbar Ivlover.
Is anyone having big gatherings of maybe 2?
Yeah, you and I.
You,
We're hanging out for the fights.
You.
Okay, Movsar. Evloev.
£146, the official weight for Mosbar Ivlover.
Who weighed in the same as his opponent, Mike Grundy. So,
What a coincidence.
so card's shaping up. Everybody's showing up except for nobody in the Ronaldo Herbert bout has showed up yet. But get there, we'll get there.
Maybe Verdum's looking for them. That's why he hasn't weighed in.
Our next fighter to the scale in the lightweight division, please welcome Jay Herbert.
Oh, there. Never mind. See? He heard me complaining.
Man has 90 minutes to weigh in, and you were complaining? Jeez.
I wasn't complaining. I was just noticing they were the last.
156 pounds, the official weight for Jay Herbert.
All right, 156 for Jay Herbert. So now every fight has had somebody weigh in, and we've still got 90 minutes.
Well, so Verdum, he just needs to show up. And then we have Francisco Ronaldo left, who needs to make 156.
Tanner Bozer and
Bozer,
Betch
who's a
Correa.
heavyweight. Tanner Bozer is a heavyweight. He has
Yes.
no issues. He just has to show up also. And Betch, right?
Yeah,
I mean-
Betch Correa.
Oh, wow. You know what? Ooh, should I say these weigh-ins are flying by? 'Cause that's
No, don't
usually
say that.
occurs.
Don't say that.
Okay, these weigh-ins are not flying by.
Don't curse it.
So we have 4 fighters left. 2 heavyweights.
Yes.
Francisco Ronaldo,
Mm-hmm.
who I don't recall ever having issues, major issues at least, coming in the limit. And then Betch Correa.
Yeah, I feel like our walking encyclopedia, Jose Youngs would know whether or not he's missed weight in the past. But it's very early here, so.
It's only very early where you are, Esther.
True.
How
Actually, you were asking about the weight miss. Betch Correa did miss weight before. She missed against Irene Aldana in her last bout at UFC 237. And
fan favorite, Betch Correa. No, her last bout was against Eubanks. So she missed weight
Oh, sorry.
2 fights ago.
Yeah, she missed weight 2 fights ago. Sorry. Apologize.
Bet she snapped her 4-fight losing streak when she beat Sijara Eubanks. I'm sorry, 2-fight losing streak. She beat Jessica I in between.
Oh yeah, that's right. That happened.
That happened and a giggle. Why the giggle, West?
I have kind of a sort of Tourette's.
Millennial Tourette's.
Casey calls it millennial Tourette's, but I'm a little older than that.
You have Dr. Hibbert.
Dr. Hibbert. I have the uncontrollable urge to chuckle after, I don't know, after saying things. A lot of times they're not funny or actually kind of sad or scary or unfortunate, and I can't help myself and I will chuckle. It's just a thing. I've been doing it forever. I can't not do it. So.
Right there.
Yes, like right there. Oh yeah, it's a form of Tourette's. So, but thanks for pointing that out. So we're just waiting on Fabricio Verdum, Vi Cavallo, Francisco Trinaldo, Masaran Duba, Tanner Bozer, and Betch Kohea.
So for everyone listening, unfortunately we don't have a camera feed on Esther, but she's making the Vi Cavallo face the entire weigh-ins. You guys, wish you could see this, guys. Just doing her little happy Verdum face while she's reading the weights.
Oh, I should go find that Verdum mask. I am being told by our wonderful coworker, Jose Youngs, that Francisco Trinaldo has not had issues making weight in the past. He's been okay, so. He was part of a bout that was canceled due to a weight cut, but it wasn't his fault. It was.
All right, everybody, stand by.
We're being told to stand by, which usually means somebody is on their way. And in the comments, David is asking if Ether is the girl that does the timelines. I am, yes, the voice of the timelines. Esther Lynn.
Ether Lynn.
So good morning. This is Esther Lynn for MMAfighting.com. I am normally the photographer, but
Esther, you're so much more than a photographer.
That's true. I am so much more than a photographer, but I am not in.
You are Esther Lynn.
I am not in Abu Dhabi right now because we were told by the UFC that there would be no cage-side photography. I also offered to shoot remotely, robot, etc. Couldn't do it.
So they were not going to allow you to send a robot version of you?
No.
That's this pandemic is just no robot Esters.
But so yeah, normally I would be there taking photographs, but yeah, no, instead we are only allowed one staffer per website. So our wonderful Guilherme Cruz is there from Brazil, sending us this video from Yas Island in Abu Dhabi.
All right, everybody, here we go.
Oh, who's it gonna be?
Our next fighter to the scales in the heavyweight division, please welcome Tanner Bozer.
Knew it.
All right, we've got Tanner Bozer coming in.
£235, the official weight for Tanner Bozer.
At 235. 235. And just to respond to Sarkanator's game, this historic stuff doesn't get recorded by photographers. Actually, there is a photographer there. UFC has their own photographer there. The wonderful Jeff Batari, but there's just no outside photography, no press.
So normally for a big event, there would be at least with media and UFC photographers, what, 12 photographers at least?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
So we've gone from 12 photographers to about one.
One. Yeah.
So, yeah. They're,
So.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer for imagery.
Yeah, it's a bummer for imagery, but you know, we are living in unprecedented times.
I didn't notice.
No?
No.
Yep, unprecedented times.
I know Tanner Bozer. Tanner
Bozer.
Is he the first fighter to fight an Apex card and a fight night card? I'm sorry, an Abu Dhabi card?
No.
Who else was it? We had a couple other ones.
You had Cody Stamen.
Yes.
There's a couple people, right? Off the top of my head right now, it's. But yeah, Cody Stamen just a couple days ago, so last week.
Cody Stamen fought in Jacksonville? Or did he fight in Apex?
I thought he did.
So Cody Stamen's fought 3 times?
Wait, maybe not. Okay, sorry.
So we just have former
Yeah, we've just
UFC heavyweight champion Mauricio Verdum left, and
Masaran Diba, Francisco Trinaldo, and Betch Kohea. So we've got heavyweight, lightweight, and bantamweight left. And we've got, a bit over an hour, 1 hour and 18 minutes, as y'all can see on the screen there. Yes, Cody Stamen fought Kelleher at the Apex, so correct.
Wow.
I was correct. Cody Stamen fought at the Apex and on Fight Island. Thank you, Jose, for confirming that I am right.
in respect for the brand, for calling it Fight Island and respecting the branding. Respect.
It's just easier. It's Yas Island is like barely an island, but we'll We'll just ignore that right now. But yeah, we've got over an hour and 15 minutes left, and 3 fighters left to weigh in. So
I really feel like Verdum might come at the very last second.
probably. Hey, I'm gonna just walk away for a second. I just need to grab something from the kitchen.
Okay.
I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
You could have just sent me a message, but yeah. So right now we're looking at a scale. So you're spending your mornings, afternoons, evenings, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for watching this scale.
All right, what'd I miss?
You missed the scale. I went to a wide shot that showed the entire stage, and then I went back to a close-up of the scale.
Wow. Missed a lot.
Want to see something cool? Watch this. Ooh.
Ooh. Wow. Look at that wipe.
I got more. Yeah.
Well, Jackson Rounds would like to know, which European prospect do you think will shine the brightest this weekend? Because there are so many good European prospects on this card.
I don't know. What about this Gustafson kid? I bet if you cut a little weight, you can make 205.
I am actually really excited to see Nathaniel Wood, even though John Castaneda is a last-minute replacement.
Not that last minute.
Not that last minute, but not his original opponent.
Yeah.
So,
We interviewed him. Mike Heck interviewed him.
yes.
Very charming individual.
Yep. I hesitate to call Nicholas Dalby a prospect because, I mean, he was Cage Warriors champ and he's been in the UFC already before. But I'm excited to see him fight.
And he's 35.
And he's 35. Still younger than me, though, so, you know. Still young.
There are a lot of prospects on this card.
If you're judging by that. Sorry. But yeah. Who do you think's gonna? How do you think Alec Gustafson is gonna look at heavyweight?
I think he's gonna look pretty much the same. He's gonna look about maybe 10, 15 pounds heavier, but I don't think.
Very funny.
No, well, I mean from 205 because he'll be fighting.
I didn't mean literally.
No, you stopped me.
Sorry.
Yes. So I don't think we're gonna see too much of a different performance from. This is what Verdum is saying. He's saying he was a very big 205er. So seeing a heavyweight, we're not gonna see very much. It's still the same version of him, just a little bit of rolls on the side.
Wow. I can't believe you said Alexander Gustafsson has rolls on the side.
Well, compared to his 205 self, I said little rolls too. Little. Yeah, Verdum versus Gustafsson at heavyweight was one of those fights. You could probably search every message board in the history of MMA, and you'd be hard pressed to find a thread that went, "Hey, you know what fight I want to see?" Here we are. And you know what? I'm curious.
Yeah, no, I'm curious. I'm definitely. I want to see. I want to see how Evloev does. Francisco Trinaldo versus Jay Herbert should be really interesting. Hopefully, Trinaldo shows up soon. Though he does have over an hour, so I'm not trying to rush him here. But also, this is a good question
You're not worried about
from. I'm worried about Betch as well, but from the Sarkinator. The Mauler likes to stay on his bike when fighting. Will his cardio hold up with that style and extra weight? And that was what I was going to ask because, I was asking if he would look different at heavyweight. And you had said, well, he's kind of already a big light heavyweight, but he does look bigger today. And his style does require a lot of movement, work, cardio, so which has always been one of his hallmarks.
We really have absolutely no way of answering that because we don't know how hard he trained. I mean, because obviously to cut that weight to 205 takes a lot of training and dieting, and just as a natural effect of it, you're going to get better cardio. So let's hope, for our sake, that him going to heavyweight wasn't just him not putting in the hours on the mats and in the training room.
Yeah.
No.
Just eating well, hopefully. Let's see if we got any other questions in the comments here.
1 minuto e 40 segundos. Eu liguei pra cá, vai correndo.
But the original question was the European prospects. And
Yes.
I would have to think that Shemaev. Say his name again.
Hamzat Shemaev
Shemaev. Okay.
or Shemaev.
Shemaev. See, that's the name I think we're gonna be saying a lot soon. So gotta get used to it.
Yeah, Hamzat Shemaev.
So,
Actually, he's fighting Russ Mckee, who's also, I think, also making his UFC debut. So, and also a European prospect. So, yeah. Correct. Also a Cage Warrior. This card is full of Cage Warrior fighters. Cage Warriors fighters. As noted by if you haven't seen Cage Warriors, you should go check out their photography by Dolly Clue. Cage Warriors has some fantastic photos of their events and their studio work of their fighters. Dolly Clue has an amazing, actually, I want to call it a fashion shoot, I guess, with Nathaniel Wood. You should look up. It's very good. Photos are great. Fantastic photographer.
Well, these weigh-ins are flying by. They are just lasers.
Well, you know what? It's way over the half-hour mark, so I think it's okay to say that now, because either way, we're going to be stuck waiting for Verdum, Ronaldo, and Correa. And you can't say that.
You said stuck
There's-
waiting is a negative thing. This is like we're seeing some of the premier fighters in the world get to weigh in. It's not stuck waiting. It's highly anticipating.
Sorry, anticipating their weigh-ins. It's not morning there, so if people are going to say, "Oh, Verdum is sleeping in," it's almost 6 p.m. there in Abu Dhabi. So
No, actually, everyone's readjusting their sleeping schedule. So
Yeah,
there
that's
is a
fair.
good chance he is sleeping.
yeah, there is a good chance.
Because
Correct.
Verdun will be walking out to the cage, like 6 a.m. or something like that?
Verdum?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 6 a.m.
Yeah.
probably.
So I would actually think that he would be almost sleeping right now.
Yeah.
In a way.
Well, maybe to adjust. That's possible. So just to recap here. This is Esterlyn from MMA Fighting. I've got Casey Leiden on with me. And our reporter, Guilherme Cruz, is on the ground there at Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. And so far, we've got at the top of the card, both men made weight. Robert Whittaker and Darren Till both made 186 pounds. Shogun Rua and Rogério Nogueira, Little Nog, both made 206 pounds. We're waiting on Fabricio Verdum. But the heavyweight, Alexander Gustafsson, came in at 240 pounds. In the strawweight bout on the main card, Carla Esparza came in at 116 with Marina Rodriguez coming in at 115 and a half. Paul Craig came in at 206, as well as his opponent Antigulov, Gadzimurad Antigulov at 206. And Alex Cowboy Oliveira came in at 171 against Peter Sabota, who also weighed in at 171. We've got Hamzat Chimaev, who just fought Sweden's own, coming in at 171 against England's Russ Mckee, who came in at 170.5. Jay Herbert come in at 156, and we are waiting on Masaran Duba, Francisco Trinaldo. Some more Cage Warriors fighters. Nicholas Dalby, 170. Fighting a Canadian, Jesse Ronson. We've got a heavyweight bout. Jake Collier came in at 264, right under the limit, against Tom Aspinall, who came in at 248. Movsar Evloev at 146 against Mike Grundy, who also came in at 146. We got Rafael Pessoa at 264 against Tanner Bozer at 235. And we're waiting on Kohea. Her opponent, Pani Kianzad, weighed in at 136. Ramzan Amiv came in at 171 against Nicholas Stolte, who came in at 170.5. And the prospect, Nathaniel Wood, 136 against Sexy Mexi John Castaneda, 136. So we've got an hour left to weigh in for the last three fighters in this 2-hour window. The first hour has passed, and we have 1 hour left for Fabricio Verdum, Francisco Trinaldo, and Etch Ohea.
You really no-sold Sexy Mexi.
Did I?
Yeah.
All right, just a quick update. 2 of our fighters have left the hotel, so 5 to 7 minutes for the next batch.
All right.
Did you hear that, Esther?
Yes, so if y'all didn't hear that, the announcer, who is not John Anik, by the way, said that 2 of the fighters have left the hotel and they should be at the venue in 5 to 7 minutes.
So no matter what, we still have one more.
Yes, so no matter what, we'll still have one more fighter. So, until then...
Esther, I think it's going to be Trinaldo and Betch.
Yeah, you think Trinaldo and Betch, you think Verdum is just taking his sweet time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Think about it, because they're going to do the face-offs right pretty much after the official weigh-ins are done, and Verdum's he's a vet. He's going to no, I'm showing up right before the face-offs, which is basically the end of the weigh-ins.
That's true. Yeah, because the face-offs follow the weigh-ins at the top of the hour. So right now, since we've already gotten to the next hour, actually, last couple of weigh-ins, we managed to get it done so quickly. We were able to do the face-offs.
They still wait
now, right?
They still wait till the end of the time.
Okay, yeah. So either way, the top of the next hour at 7 p.m. Gulf Standard Time would be the face-offs. Hugo asked, do I still do the news show? No, I don't. And thank you for liking the news show. Most people hated it. They didn't quite get it, but that's fine. But in the meantime, I'm trying to get at least another news type thing, a daily update done. So let's see. I'm looking through the comments. just my 2 cents, is worried, is Verdum trying to get under 265? I don't think Verdum is that big. I will be
not a
very
good sign.
surprised if he's cutting to 265, because he's always kind of hovered around 240, so or less really. So
Yeah, I think he's gonna come in less than Gustafson.
yeah, there's a good possibility that he will be lighter than Gustafson.
I've always wondered that about guys like Verdum and even Kane. Like, could they have made 205, or did they just fight better at heavyweight? We'll never know.
No, we won't. But man, the graphics are real crowded today with 15 fights on the card.
You're really concerned about all those names on the screen. Like,
The user experience is very important to me, and so I want them to be able to read the names clearly. Marty Dooley says that Russ Mckee is Irish. Oh, I'm so sorry. On Topology, the little flag they have by his name is an English flag, so sorry about that. I guess that is incorrect. Apology. You may need to fix that. So, David is asking if we bet on the fights, and if so, what is the biggest payout? I actually don't bet, and I know I've been told by many people in the comments that you can't trust anybody that doesn't gamble on the fights.
what? Can't trust. That was just the opposite.
It's kind of the opposite, I'd say, because I am personally not affected by my bets and choices. I will,
Oh man. That's-
always give you 100%. Always let you know who I think is really won a fight.
People said you can't trust anyone that doesn't have money on the fights.
It should be the opposite, I know.
Yeah, that's okay. I think you missed. That's weird.
All right, everybody, our next fighter to the scale in the heavyweight division,
Oh.
Fabrizio Verdum.
What?
Hi, you're wrong. Fabricio's first.
Pounds. 242 pounds. The official weight for Fabrizio Verdum.
242 pounds. Oh, we were wrong. He did come in a little bit over Gustafson. We thought that Gustafson would have actually beat him in weight this time, but nope.
Next up to the scale in the women's bantamweight division, Betch Correa.
All right, we've got Betch Correa. So the last fighter would be Francisco Ronaldo, but let's see what Betch Correa weighs in at.
136 pounds, the official weight for Betch Correa.
Right, 136 for Betch Correa.
I love Betch.
Always getting a dance in. Some good poses.
And stand by.
And we're being told to stand by, probably because we need to wait on Francisco Ronaldo to arrive at the venue here. So, again, one more time. We've got everybody on the card. All 15 fights have weighed in except for, right in the center of the card, Francisco Ronaldo, Masaran Duba, lightweight. Not yet at the venue, but everyone else has weighed in. So We've got Robert Whittaker and Darren Till both making 186 pounds for their middleweight main event tomorrow night. Feel free to chime in the comments to tell us who you think will win between Whittaker and Till, and also if that gets them a fight against the champ. Then in the co-main, we've got Shogun Hua and Lil Nog, Rogerio Nogueira, at light heavyweight, 206 pounds. And hopefully you guys can't hear my stomach growling. Just a little hungry, sorry. Fabricio Verdum versus Alexander Gustafsson. They both came in the 240-pound range, but Fabricio, 242, Gustafsson at 240 pounds, the new heavyweight. Carla Esparza, 116. Marina Rodriguez, 115.5 for that strawweight bout. The next fight is a light heavyweight bout. Paul and Antikalov, both at 206 pounds. And the welterweight bout between Alex Cowboy Oliveira and Peter Savoy. Both fighters also came in the same weight, 171 pounds. The returning Hamzat Chimaev, who just fought on Fight Island just a week ago, 171, dropping down to his proper weight class, welterweight, against Russ Mckee at 170.5, and we are waiting on Francisco Ronaldo against Jay Herbert, who came in at 156. Nicholas Dalby came in at 170 against Jesse Ronson, who is 171 pounds. Heavyweight Jake Collier came in at 264, right under the limit, against Tom Aspinall, who came in at 248. Movsar Evloev and Mike Grundy, featherweights, both made 146. Rafael Pessoa came in just under the heavyweight limit as well at 264 in his fight against Tanner Bozer, who weighed in at 235. Ech Kohea and Pani Kianzad both made 136 pounds, the bantamweight limit. Ramzan Amiv, 171. Nicholas Stolte, 170.5. And the prospect, Nathaniel Wood, 136, against Sexy Mexi, John Castaneda, 136. So we are just waiting on one more fighter, Masaran Duba. And we've got 49 minutes, according to the timer here, for him to weigh in.
All right, everybody, just so you're up to date with us, we're probably looking around 6:40 for our next weigh-in. So if you need to take a break, please feel free to do so.
Did he just say 40?
So we have about
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah.
No, 30 minutes.
They said about.
Fine, 29 minutes.
That was a lot of attitude there. Unnecessary.
So we've got quite a bit of time until our next weigh-in. So I'm gonna take a break and have breakfast right here in front of the microphone. Got some.
You might want to turn your mic off. We're gonna have lots of smacking and crinkling. That's what the fans want then.
All right.
You have to eat right now. Go for it.
Okay, fine. I don't have to eat right now. But why don't you just
What is Ronaldo's nickname? What is that?
Masaran Duba?
Yeah. Whatever.
I mean, I always thought it was a type as the Brazilian redwood. Like he's like he's, built like a tree. But if I am wrong, please correct me in the comments.
I am really looking forward to the Nathaniel Woods fight versus Sexy Mexi. I want to see how Woods coming off. Is that his first career loss? No, his first loss in the UFC.
Yeah, this is for
He lost to John Dodson. That's about.
So we've got quite a bit of time until Francisco will show up at the venue here. But just to update everybody, they're in the comments. Ronaldo is a kind of wood. Yep, Brazilian redwood, very durable.
Great for like making furniture. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
lots of things. It's very durable. But the stare downs will be at, as I was saying, stare downs will be at the top of the hour. So in about, they're scheduled for the top of the hour. If you've tuned into one of these before, then you will know that they tell us that, but it really just depends on whatever time the person who will be facing them off shows up. So it might be a while. But actually, no. Actually, today, Casey, I think it'll be on time because it's not Dana, correct? So.
There's no Dana. That is true.
Right. He left already because it's his birthday. So, instead, it'll be, Shelby or McMaynard, but they will probably face the fighters off right at the top of the hour, which is in about 45 minutes. And question in the comments: what fight are you looking forward to for the rest of the year? I feel like that one's an obvious one for sure, right? Everybody wants to see. Well, you know what? Is it even happening? We all wanted to see Costa Adesanya, but the UFC tweeted a couple days ago between Whittaker and Till is going to win this fight to get to challenge Adesanya, and everyone was confused because they thought that Adesanya versus Costa was booked. Is it not booked?
It is not official. Yeah, I think the UFC's. This is what I think. I think the UFC is waiting to see the results of Saturday, and if Till wins, then you can have Till and Costa bid against each other.
Correct.
And lowest taker would get the fight for the belt. It's prize fighting. That's how it works.
There are many varying opinions on who would win in a fight between Stylebender and the Eraser.
Isn't there really only two opinions?
I didn't say two.
How many did you say?
I
Varying?
said multiple. Varying
What?
opinions, I said.
Well, how many opinions? Either Izzy wins or Costa wins.
Well, there's different methods.
Like Izzy way wins or barely wins?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So, in terms of the upcoming cards, You know, I am. You know, there hasn't been full cards announced in the future yet, but I'm excited to see Claudia Gadelha fight again. At the end of September there. And so next week is Derek Bronson versus Edmund Schabazian. That should be a good one. It's going to be a good fight.
The new main event?
The new main event. Now that Irene Aldana tested positive for COVID-19, so they had to move that fight to October. So the new main event is now Derek Bronson versus Edmund Schabazian.
Projected for October. No one knows.
Correct. Projected for October.
The soonest possible time will be October.
And actually, what I'm interested in coming up, we've got
Irene a healthy recovery. Apparently, she is not asymptomatic. She
is not asymptomatic. Okay.
She got ill, but she says she is recovered now, but now it just takes time.
Yes. Yeah. Well, best of health to Irene Aldana. Hope she recovers quickly. I just realized I was looking at the schedule for the Apex, the fights coming up in Apex in August, and we were all excited about seeing Miocic versus Cormier 3 in a small cage. They have the big cage in Abu Dhabi. But I just realized the week before we're going to have another ridiculous heavyweight bout in there. It's Derek Lewis versus Alexei Olenek.
I feel like that's an advantage for Alexei.
Yes, I would say that is an advantage. The small cage is an advantage for Alexei Olenek because he'll be able to get his paws on Lewis a lot easier. But man, Derek Lewis is going to find that small cage crowded, I feel.
Oh, boy. They're going to take like half a step and just run into each other from each...
David DeStefano would like to know if we are watching the Bellator card. Yes, we are going to watch the Bellator card.
Very excited about that main card.
Yes, very
excited to have Bellator back. Just
lots of good fights. I always like watching Ricky Bandejas fight. Of course, Sergio Pettis.
Pettis looked amazing in his Bellator debut.
Yeah, and Bandejas has always been in great fun fights over at Bellator, so it's gonna be good.
Got one of our favorites, Strikeforce vet Jordan Main on the main card too.
Nice. You know, I'm also curious just to see how what it's gonna look like differently. If it's gonna look different from the UFC broadcast, obviously it will. But just what Bellator does different for their pandemic age events over there in Connecticut.
It looks like they are shooting the event in the NMD arena, but they have curtains kind of around the cage area, so it's not, you're not going to see thousands of empty seats or anything like that. What do we think about this? Do you think MMA needs to incorporate these cardboard cutouts of fans?
Oh, you know what? I think that would actually be kind of fun for a couple of shows. I wonder what. I mean, I'm sure Fight Club fans would for sure pitch in money to a cardboard cutout of them put cage side at an event, so that when you show that finish, you can see them in the background. But problem is, you wouldn't have two cardboard cutouts, so you could have one while they're just watching the fight and one while they are reacting to what is happening in the fight, because isn't that really the best part for me of watching the background? I like watching fights, but the little extra thing I like to do is watch the fans in the background and see how they react.
Which the UFC doesn't really give you that much. because the way they light the stage, the way they light their cage. Like boxing events or
Right. There's not enough lights on the outside.
Japanese events, many more crowd shots. But I think if they had cardboard cutouts, there should be various ones. You need to kind of looking at your phone, cardboard cutout, guys booing groin shots, cardboard cutout. You need like a
You need like but then someone's got to play like the audio, right, of them booing the groin shots and stuff like that.
That was one of my. I really missed the fans. I really missed the fans going when they boo the fighters for getting kicked in the private parts.
Yeah.
I love how they always boo the guy that gets kicked. Like, yeah, you barely got kicked. Or then they boo, and then they see the replay. Then you kind of hear this collective, my bad.
Yeah, everyone's like, ooh, just kidding. Yeah, it was I kind of go back and forth. I miss the fans for the, of course, the background and the atmosphere. A fight like, Poirier Hooker feels like it needs fans, sometimes. Sometimes when you get fights like that, get so excited, and the last couple of weeks you've kind of wanted to see fans in there. At the same time, I kind of think it's kind of nice also just to be able to hear the audio of the fight so clearly, to hear the coaches so clearly. I missed that feature in Fight Pass where you could hear all the you could kind of switch on your own to all the individual audio tracks.
I wish there was an audio feature where you could just only hear the actual sounds of the fight. No announcing, nothing. Not that I don't love Anik, but I love an option.
Yeah, I do want the option, just because the other reason why is, I guess, as a reporter, you and I like to watch the fights and try to make sure we're not listening to any commentary so that we don't get influenced by the commentary in terms of how we're reading the fight and who's winning, and when we're scoring it. Casey, you did a judging seminar.
Yes, I did. I shadow judged.
Shadow judged here in California at a Bellator, correct?
Correct.
Yes. How was that?
What were some of the takeaways? One of the big takeaways is, especially after a close round, you don't have that much time to think about it. So as soon as the round ends, the commission person basically picks up your scorecard. You have maybe 5 seconds, really just enough time to grab your pen and write the score and hand it over. So you don't really get to sit there and go, well, he had to take down the beginning, but then he really landed a good over and halfway through the round. It's just like, and you give it away. So that was a weird pressure. Another pressure was, and I found this interesting. I didn't expect this, especially in the early prelims when I didn't know who the fighters were. When they started grappling, especially, I actually lost track of who I was watching. And so in my mind, I was like, especially if the fighters look similar, in my mind, I was like, oh wait, I'm scoring the fight for the wrong person. I was kind of constantly reminding myself. You really do watch the fight different if you're strictly scoring. It's not as fun, actually. It takes a bit of the enjoyment away.
Okay.
And the main thing, and I wish fans and media understood this, the perspective that the judges have kind of sucks. you at home, I would say 9 out of 10 times have a better view of the fight than the actual fighters. I mean, than the actual judges.
Right, yeah,
Because the way the
because-
curvature of the cage and the cage itself, depending on where you're sitting around the cage, there could be 10 to 20% of the cage is almost invisible because the way everything is blocked. So if big strikes happen in these sections, you actually can't see it, and you just kind of go on crowd noise or go on the corner's reactions, you know.
So, for those just tuning in right now, we were told at around 7:15 that it would be about, or 7:10, there would be about 30 minutes before Francisco Trinaldo arrived. So, everyone has weighed in. This is the 2-hour window for fighters to weigh in at, and we've got 30 minutes left. And fighter Francisco Trinaldo. And then the face-offs will be at the top of the hour for all 15 bouts.
Oh, or standby.
And I heard a standby from the announcer there.
This is exciting.
Very exciting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our last fighter to the scale in the lightweight division, Francisco Trinaldo.
All right, Francisco Trinaldo will be the last to hit the scale today.
And 160 pounds, the official weight for Francisco Trinaldo.
Is he 160?
I believe that was 160.
Yeah, I believe so. Okay, that would explain why he was late. Or, I mean, not late, but, you know. Sure, late. Francisco was the last person to weigh in. And it looks like...
Looks like he definitely has some difficulties making weight. I don't recall him ever missing weight by that much.
No,
But,
no. He's not missed weight before. There's...
Oh,
But as we had said, there's, you know, a lot of different things going on right now for some people. It's difficult to cut the weight. He is
so
also
yeah,
older.
we're not sure if
so-
Ronaldo maybe his corners or maybe I mean there's a lot of outside weird factors that can contribute
Lots of factors.
to a bad weight cut. So don't want to speculate, but this
We'll
is
wait
a
to hear from
surprise.
our reporter, Guillermo Cruz, on that. But let's they're going to take the scale away so that we can have face-offs. And
Wait, are they
normally,
officially ending it? Yeah, okay, they are. Okay.
yep,
Because
they're officially ending it.
Toronto has 30 more minutes, but I assume.
Yeah, he has 30 more minutes, but 5 pounds. That's not.
I assume,
or 4
yeah,
pounds
he-
isn't coming off in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
so
they just decided he wasn't gonna make weight anyway, rather than wait to the last second.
yes. So yeah, that's what we've got a comment from Just My 2 Cents again. That's not I knew I was going to miss weight, so I stopped cutting. That was cutting up until the last second, and it still missed bad. So for sure, he, you know, was the last fighter to leave the hotel he waited. Francisco Ronaldo waited and kept cutting until I'm sure the UFC was like, "Look, you're 160. You're not gonna cut 4 pounds in half an hour. So just get to the weigh-ins." So yeah, only one fighter missed weight, Francisco Ronaldo, for his lightweight bout. Came in at 160 in his bout against Herbert. And I'm not sure when they're doing that stuff. Normally they wait till the top of the hour.
30
But
minutes.
we're waiting to hear from
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yes. So it's still once the regular weigh-ins are done. So yeah, so why don't we
Oh, we're going to sign off then.
for the
Yes.
stream, and then we'll have face-offs for you later today.
Yeah. Can you put the weights back up on the screen so I can close out
They're
here?
there. They're there.
Thank you. So, thanks so much for tuning in to our official morning weigh-in stream. This is Esther Lynn for MMA Fighting. We've got EKC Leiden over there in the truck. And Guilherme Cruz there in Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. And we will be back in about half an hour for the face-offs between Robert Whittaker and Darren Till for UFC on ESPN 14.
This has been EKC Leiden along with Esther Lynn. And thank you for
I already
watching.
signed us off.
Wait, no, we have the whole screen. I mean, that's you signed off before we put the
All
we
right.
made the
All right.
graphic and everything, Esther.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you for the face-offs in a bit.
You're salty. You need to get some food.